So Tedward is not going to be joining us tonight, correct?
Yeah, Ted is out for tonight. So instead of Ted and Pat play, we are Pat minus Ted tonight.
Okay, you know what? Since that's totally fine, let's do a quick whip around, and let's do a quick 2 sentences on why your character is no. Let's do what did your character think of as they woke up this morning? What's the first thing your character did around the campfire? Matt, why don't you start it off for us? What's the first thing that Rose did around the campfire?
Rose started going through the stores and started making breakfast.
Got it.
It's boring, but someone's got to do it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So since you had first watch, that makes sense that you're waking up first.
Yep.
So I'm gonna say, Jem, you probably wake up next
Yep.
as the other person on first watch, and you look over and you see Rose using some of the supplies and starting to cook up a little bacon and some of the hardtack and bread and stuff like that. What are you doing while she's doing that?
Well, she's doing that. I'm checking on what's the dude's name? The guy we saved. Just remind me.
Sildar?
Sildar. I'm checking on Sildar as Rose is cooking that.
He's looking in much better shape. Like, what do you want to do to check in on him?
I take a peek and see how he's doing. If he's asleep, I'm not disturbing him any. But I'm keeping an eye on him.
He's definitely still asleep, but like he has very even breathing. You can he's definitely not bleeding anymore. His bandages have started to clot over, so he's not looking too bad.
Okay.
Well, because he took a long rest in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
He's at full HP.
Next up, that's going to be Diuki. Diuki, what do you do when you wake up?
I'm just going to do like a quick survey of the land real quick, since I know things about stuff.
Cool. Cool, yeah. Nothing's
Just
really changed.
Just, do a little walk around the camp, make sure everything looks good before we get ready to go.
Cool. What do you do to do like a brief? Diuki, you're a druid, correct?
Yes.
So, what do you do? What's one thing you do to like connect with the land?
I like to touch things.
Okay, so what are you touching around the campsite?
Like, feeling the trees and examining the leaves and, making sure nothing looks out of the ordinary, I guess.
Love it. So wherever you touch, you notice that the leaves tend to like bend towards you, almost as if they're bending towards the sun. And finally, Seryn, what do you do when you get up?
I'm fixing latrine because someone I made sure it was good to go last night, but someone took a giant shit in the middle of the night. I'm not gonna point at anybody. It was probably Jem. And now it's all fucked up. So,
I'm only I want to point out I'm only 3 feet tall, so anything that's giant definitely did not come from me.
Listen, I don't believe you, so.
Speaking of Jem, as you go to leave the little makeshift tent that you guys set up for Sildar, you notice he kind of he rustles up and he just goes, and he says, "Who's there? Who's there?"
We're friends. We were working with Gundren.
Oh, yes. Oh, you're the 7 Leagues group. Oh my God, thank you. One of the last things I remember before I lost consciousness was you. What's your name, sir?
My name, it's Yemek. I'm Yemek.
Yemek.
Yes.
Yemek, a strong name.
You're a need.
Oh, Yemek, I cannot thank you enough. Truly, I owe you and your travelers my life.
Think nothing of it, Sildar. We're glad to help. And I'm gonna just quickly leave, and I'm going. Who's the first person I see when I step out?
Who do you see when you step out? It's up to you.
Seryn.
Of course.
Meaningful eye contact.
I make meaningful eye contact with Seryn.
To Seryn, but it doesn't mean she's gonna return it.
And then I motion for Seryn to come to me.
Because I like to be summoned like a dog. What do you need?
Hey, Seryn, I need you to do me a huge solid. Big favor.
You already did one.
Well, do me another solid.
Yes.
We sure got you, bud.
For the time being, can you just call me Yimik?
Why?
I really like the name, that goblin. He had a pretty strong personality, and I kind of want to emulate myself after him just a little bit, like, be a little bit like him. So just call me Yimik for a little bit, and we can roll with that.
Are you embracing your true shitty identity right now? Is that what's actually happening? Because you're identifying with the goblin.
I'm gonna make meaningful eye contact with Seryn, and gritting my teeth, say, yes.
Because you did put me to sleep in the middle of combat, so as far as I'm concerned...
Look, it only works on the weak will.
Worse than they did, and you're on my team. So if you want me to call you a goblin name, Yimik it is.
That works. Spread the word that I'm a goblin named Yimik.
Alright. I got you.
Alright, so as you guys start to go about, you guys all kind of regather at the campsite. Rose, are you good at cooking?
Not in particular.
Got it. So,
The eggs are kind of burnt.
Mm.
And the toast is definitely a little bready. So it's the opposite of what you want.
So, if I notice that the food is burnt, can I look for some non-poisonous berries?
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely find a bunch of berries. They almost like pop out at you, like they want to be picked. Yeah, you can bring those back to the camp as well.
Okay.
All right, so as you guys are going, Sildar finally moves out, and he goes, "Oh, thank you all so much. Thank you, Yimik and his merry band in the 7 leagues. Thank you so much. We must go quickly, though. We have to make it to Phandalin." And he sits down and begins to shovel food into his mouth. I mean, it seems like not only has he not eaten, but he also is in a rush as well.
Why do we have to get there so quickly?
Why do we have to get there so quickly? I have much that needs to be done in Phandalin. I have much. I was so unfortunate that I was waylaid by those cursed goblins. Oh, they're thieves, and there's nothing my family hates more than thieves stealing what little I had.
Pete, I want to point out at this point, I'm going to step behind. Rose, how big are you? Like, how tall are you?
Taller than
Rose
you.
is about like 5'6".
And Seryn, how about you?
I'm 5'4".
I'm gonna. At this point, Jem is gonna stand behind Rose to hide in plain sight, as a halfling normally does.
All right. So after breakfast, you guys start to break down the camp and pack everything back in. And it's brief, only about 3 hours, and you guys have arrived at Phandalin. You're off the main road, but it's still a pretty well-traveled road. So it's a rutted track, and it emerges on this wooded hillside. And you catch your first glimpse of Phandalin. So the town consists of 30 or 40 simple log buildings built around some old fieldstone foundations. So there's more ruins, crumbling stone walls covering with ivory and briars, surrounded the newer house and shops. So it's been there for much longer than you would expect. It's probably been around for a couple of centuries. Most of the newer buildings are set in the side of the track cart, which widens into a muddy main street, and it climbs towards a large ruined manor at the top of the hill. As you approach, you see children playing on the town green and townsfolk tending to chores or running errands at shops. So many people see you approach, but they basically go about their day. They're used to seeing people. And let's go ahead and move you guys so you can take a little look at the map.
Very cool.
So as soon as you guys get there, Sildar jumps off and he says, he's finally like a little, you can notice like he's now started like, he seems like he's gotten a much more relaxed, like a burden is off his shoulders. And he says, my friends, let us secure lodgings. I'm told that the local inn is very quaint. And he starts walking down towards the inn. What would you guys like to do?
So, I know that we see the map on our screen, but like us individually, we don't know the layout of the town, right?
No, you absolutely do. So you guys each were provided with a map of Phandalin as part of being in the 7 Leagues.
Okay.
So you have rough notations that are made all along the map.
Okay.
What is the Shrine of Luck?
You're welcome to go try and find out.
I'm gonna go look at the Shrine of Luck.
Okay, so
Diuki?
So what?
The Shrine of Luck.
Sure, why not?
What time of day is it?
Well, you said
you
3
guys
hours, so...
yeah, it's about 3 hours, and you guys woke up at dawn, so it's about 9, 10 o'clock.
Okay. You might as well get a room at least. You want to go get that, Gem?
I think you and Sildar can take care of that. I'll make sure these two jokers don't get in any trouble on the way to the Lucky Shrine.
So, question, is not just a zombie at this point and following people?
Is not? No. So not is definitely still on the back end. He's with the camp. He's just waiting and listening to what you guys are doing. So just to be clear, Diuki and Seryn, you guys are heading towards the Luck Shrine.
Yeah.
And Rose, you said you were heading where?
Well, I'm gonna make sure that we have a place to stay.
Cool. So you're heading with.
Thanks, Mom.
I'll follow Sildar.
All right. So obviously you're gonna have Not is gonna direct that. You notice. So you guys are gonna head off towards the Luck Shrine. Rose, you come up short right outside the town, right before you get into the main entrance, right about here. And you realize that you're still riding on the, you're still riding on everything that you were hired to deliver.
Oh, I should probably not have my ass sitting on that when we turn it over to the town.
Yeah. So what do you want to do?
So I will actually hop off. So we have so if I'm remembering correctly, we have pretty much like a settler's wagon, right?
Yeah.
Like a covered wagon.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna actually hop off and walk along the side of it rather than
Okay.
like lead the animals.
Okay. So you're gonna bring that wagon into town, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So in order to bring it into town, you guys are actually all heading down this main path, and you pass by Bartrand's Provisions, or at least you pass by this red bricked house that you know is where you're supposed to drop off the provisions. But you know you're making fine time, so you can always get back there. And you actually you all end up right outside the Shrine of Luck and the Stone Hill Inn. So Rose, Not, and Sildar head into the inn, while the three of you guys head to the Shrine of Luck.